Hello everyone and welcome back to this new chair recap. Finally came back after working 2 weeks at the ATP finals. It was amazing. I have a video program soon about that experience, but today let's just go on the charts and let's just go on this day. I took this trade on my free accounts, free alpha accounts for about with 5 micro each, and that amounts to about 1.1k. So I'm sorry that on the back I have my washing machine going, so you're probably gonna hear a lot of sounds. I hope that it's not that invasive. But yeah, just got the premium, finally the premium trading view, and yeah, so I can go on the replay, which is more useful, and I can also see the 2 minute, the 30 second. Friday we missed a trade because I didn't have the 2 minutes, and yeah, it's very important. So let's just go on today. So here we're on the replay mode finally. As you can see, we can kind of go see what we had before, and then we can go in each minute and show. So yeah, today you can see here we were having a new week opening gap. So this gap here, if you go on the 1 minute, you can see that when Asia opened a bit above the last close after Friday, so we have a new week opening gap. As you can see here, price just came back to it. This line you can see here was the lower part, the open, we could call it, of the 4 hour gap. So this was 4 hour bearish. So I was kind of see how we could react from this line. As you can perfectly see, the bodies completely respected and perfectly, and price was reacting. So I was already bullish on the day. I was looking at this, I think it was daily high, it was Friday high. Let me see here. Yeah, I was looking at this Friday high, and again I was seeing that we were respecting the midpoint of the new week opening gap, and then we were respecting also the open of this 4 hour gap. Then you can go here on the 1 minute again. Here London took Asia and then kind of started grinding higher. So we had also all this trendline liquidity that could have also been nice if we wanted to reverse, okay? But I was more bullish for the reason I already told you. But again, we react to what price does, and so I was open to both conditions, so to both outcomes. So you can see here, oh, I already replay, wait, select bar, yes, here. So we are just opening, we open, and then we basically, okay, I have to do like this. Sorry, it's my first time doing it. So we start, and then we have our first presented. We immediately get this old PM high, so it was basically Friday's high. So we took this objective, but we were very, very strong above it, okay? So we had a strong closure above it. So I was like, this is not usually how then you have reversals, okay? So maybe you would have touched it and then would have immediately dropped. That maybe could have signaled that we would have gone to a reversal and go back to this trend of liquidity. But we closed very, very strongly. And as you can see here, I use my Fibonacci tool. I can also take it out, and I put here, I measured, I was like, okay, we have a big 5 minute gap in this case. So we have a big 5 minute that opened here. You can kind of see. And I was like, okay, let me see if price wants to continue the trend and still go up, or maybe wants to inverse this 5 minute. It's very big, so I still didn't like it that much if we would have inversed this 5 minute because of the fact that it was very big, and it was exactly with the first presented, that was this one at 9:31. So I was like, okay, let me see how we react from 0.5. We had also actually not that bad of a trade here, this one here, but ended up not working. You can see here. I think I took this on paper. So this ended up not working because we reacted from the 0.5, we were reacting from this 5 minutes, but we had actually a nice V shape, okay? But it didn't work out, maybe because when you have this 5 minutes, usually it's better when we come back all the way to 0.62, which is OTE, and also the midpoint of this 5, and also the first present. So this was way better. So if we go in more, I wanted to see here. Here I wanted to see an inversion here, okay? But if you see closely of this 1 minute, we perfectly respect it. Yeah, so this I didn't enter here. If you also finally watch at the 2 minute, there was not much on the 2 minute either. If there was a gap here, probably would have entered there, but it wasn't. So I was like, okay, we've been patient. Then we go back to this gap, which is this 1 minute gap here. What the body are doing? The bodies are perfectly closing above EQ of the so equilibrium, midpoint, whatever you want to call it, of this 1 minute gap, and use it as a support to then, in this case, so this candle here, even though technically when you take the high, when we have an inversion and you take the high, you take this high here, for example, technically is invalid, which could also be an argument on why this could not be an entry. But we had such a great momentum, okay? And we inverse this gap that would previously held the price, and we had all of these highs here. Wait, we had all of this thing here, okay? Low resistance, low. So all these stacked highs, okay? And I was like, okay, this is not bad. You can take a 1-to-1. If you can take it with, again, now if we go out of the replay, you don't take it as NASDAQ because then the risk will be too much. If you have a 50K account, I risk usually around $300, $350 per trade. So if you would enter with the mini here, it would have been 700 and something to make 700. Still, it's very nice, but my risk is about 300. I want to keep 300, of course, depending on the trade. If I have a bigger stop, then I will use less contracts. If you have a smaller stop, then I will use more contracts, and also depends on the final TP. The obvious TP for me was this one here. I know could have been this old first presented, which eventually I think played out. Yeah. But yeah, to be sure, maybe should have been this one. Could have also maybe took 4 out here, or like 3 out here, and then maybe what's the difference between 40 points? Yeah, 50 more points. Probably in hindsight, maybe I could have taken 4 out here and leave a runner here. Could also been actually here at the midpoint, but to be sure, this could have been also way better. And then yeah, that's it. Then the rest I don't care. Replay, leave. Okay, go back, trade away accounts. Okay, so this, and then actually we went and took this high that I was a 5-minute high. We're still grinding higher, which is fine. So yeah, that's it. This was the trade. I hope that this trade recap was good with value. So again, this was a very good A+. The thing I didn't like is that we took this this internal high immediately, which usually invalidates trades. So if you didn't take also this one, maybe it was fine. But again, you have your risk, you have everything, you know what you're risking, and also break-even point could be very fast after taking this high. So my break-even point, I didn't put it actually during the trade, but like break-even point could also been here. I know it's very near your entry. It's like about 8 points in. But again, if you are still taking a trade that technically could be nullified, so like it's an invalid entry, then if you actually want to enter because you have really good momentum, you have really good reaction from OTE, midpoint and everything. So that's why I took the trades, because all the things leading up to this was very good, and still we had Monday no news. So like, again, it depends person to person. It's also about more experience. Maybe a few months ago I wouldn't have taken this. So yeah, that's it. I hope that this video could be useful to you. I hope you could have learned something. I know also Dodgy took it. He also took it, I think, a little before, like here. because again, if you have experience and you see how this candle is going, again, it's always better to wait for the close, because for example, like here, if you wouldn't waited for the close, if you enter as we were going up, you would have been not wrecked, but like still, if you also was not the best entry, you needed like maybe a stop loss like here. You depends. Usually you always want to wait for the close. I got fucked so many times without waiting for closes, so that taught me to wait for candle closures and wait for confirmation, which is candle closure above or below the gaps you are considering. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope that again this was useful. I'm gonna try again and upload maybe one video per day here on YouTube. Would have been trade recap or other types of videos, or also the things maybe I like. And then yeah, that's it. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next trade recap. Peace.